Welcome to Fight Club 24/7. My name's Johnny Rashman. Right, let's get straight into it. The circus rolls in tomorrow night. Again, Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz. Right. I'm bored of it. I said a few months ago that I'm probably looking forward to the fight, but you know what? I'm bored. It's the same old stuff, isn't it? Long promotion, fake beef, silly bets, nonsense put out on social media. It's boring, especially after the high and success of last week's fight with Bud and Errol Spence. What an event. We've got this circus. And I'm a boxing fan. I love the sweet science. Jake Paul, he's just a crap boxer. He's crap. He's garbage. No good. Yes, I've always said he's done very well to come from YouTube and compete with MMA fighters. Well done. You've worked hard. You've got all the resources you fucking need, right? You don't need to worry about paying bills. Your following is from a different industry. You are not famous because of boxing. So I'll put it in simple terms for you. If Jake Paul wasn't on Disney or wasn't a YouTuber and he just started boxing, he'd fight on white collar shows. He won't be able to turn pro. He won't get on pro shows. He'd have no following. Right? So when people say he's the highest paid athlete and sports star or the fifth highest sports star, he's earned more this year than other athletes, listen, that's not because of his ability and the way he can market himself. That's because he's got a ready-made following from a different industry. Now, he's worked hard for that, and I'll take my hat off to him. He's a clever guy, right? Which is why he knows how to manipulate people. I'm smart as well. I don't need to be manipulated. I can see it. I can see when someone's putting out content and it's not real, not fake. It's not real. I said that on my video a few days ago. If you want to be conned by Jake Paul, that's up to you. I can only help you so much at the end of the day. If you want to be conned, that's up to you, isn't it? Look at the Shane Mosley messages. As soon as Paul was asked about it, he didn't want to talk. The mouth wasn't going like that then, was he? It wasn't ba 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 then, was it? It was, oh, it's fake. Glossing straight off it. What do you mean it's fake? Is it? Shane Mosley didn't say he's fake. He said there was someone else doing it on behalf of him. Someone runs his account. You believe it still. It's just nonsense. Now, if you followed me for the last few years, you'll understand that I've always called this Jake Paul nonsense out. And I've always said I like to be fair. People call me a hater because I say it how it is. What do you want me to say? Do you want me to turn around and go, he's an unbelievable fighter. He's so gifted. Look at the ability. Look at the foot movement. Look at the speed. Look at the angles he creates. Do you want me to lie and say that? My boxing out there. Just like I give predictions on big boxing fights, elite stars I give my opinions on, right? I can give my opinion on this geezer, and he's garbage. He's getting worse and worse and worse. And the reason why he is because, as I've told you for the last few years, he has no intention of having a professional boxing career at all. No intention. Now, do you want me to tell you the signs and why this is the case? Number one, he's not in a proper boxing gym. Why is he not with Robert Garcia or Derek James or Bomac or somewhere? He's got the resources, he's got the money. Why is he not in a real boxing gym? I'll tell you why. Because they won't put up with his nonsense. He's not good enough. Not good enough to be around these elite fighters. He's not good enough. So he can bring his cheerleaders into his camp and they go, yes, Jake, yes, Jake, yes, Jake. Well done, Jake. Well done, Jake. You're the best. You're the best. You're the best. You're great. You're great. Look at you. Wow, you're great, Jake. Go on, Jake. Keep going, Jake. It's just cheerleaders, nodding dogs. That's all his camp is. No one's going to tell him the fucking truth because they want to be paid. You've got Shane Mosley, a legend of the game, Shane Mosley, who I respect immensely. But when you're coming out saying Jake Paul can be a world champion, I'm going to call you out, mate. Right? Don't talk that nonsense because you're going to get called out. I don't care what you've done. If you're going to talk shite, it's going to get called out. And it's shite. It's sad to see Shane Mosley play along with this circus world champion talking nonsense, mate. Right? So he's not developing as a fighter. He looks worse every time I see him. Jake Paul fans don't like the fact that I don't care what they say about me. What are you going to say? What? You're going to call me fat, ugly? I don't care. You can say whatever you want. You're going to say I don't know my boxing? Cool, let's talk boxing. Show me your credibility. Show me what you've done. Show me your YouTube channel. Show me your video content. Show me the predictions and opinions you've got right. Mine's there to see. Right? I have the following I have because people respect me. I have a lot of well-respected fighters, ex-world champions, world contenders, promoters, managers who follow me because they know I will call the nonsense out. right? So, with all due respect to Jake Paul's little fangirls, your little comments mean nothing to me. Now, if you want to debate with me properly, I'll have a conversation with you. There's a few Jake Paul fans that I speak to, I get on with, and I actually know the boxing, some of them, and I have no issue with them being fans of his. I don't have a problem. My issue is when it's he's talking world championship and he's talking to elite fighters, even if it's MMA fighters, people who have come up the hard way and struggled, right? Nate Diaz, we all respect Nate Diaz for his fighting ability. That guy's a killer. You know, he's come up the hard way. No one's giving him anything. And you've got this Disney kid sitting there trying to pretend he's about that life. It's just all an act. And when he's in a live scenario, Jake Paul, he ain't so good with the mouth. I don't need scripts. I've never had a script in my life on any video content I put out. I don't need it because I know what I'm doing. I don't understand the game. He needs his pre-rehearsed scripts. That's why when he does videos, he's got to record his lines and make sure he's right. When you put him in a live scenario, it's, I think, well, you know, we're trying to be good, we're improving. It was my coach's fault last night. It's just nonsense. He's got on tour. It's like, go away, mate. It's hard to listen to. And he gets, and look, what I will say about him is, as I've said before, he's a smart bloke, and he does have a bit of star quality. I'm not going to hate on him. People say I'm a hater. I'm not. I'm just calling out the boxing, right? In regards to the other stuff, the content creation, the following he's got, fair fucking play. He's got an amazing following, amazing, unexplainable. I'm not going to sit here and say that this bloke doesn't have a big following, because I see it when I put videos out and post. It's just ridiculous. It does far more views and likes than anything I post about. I've got to hold my hands up on that, man. I'm not going to lie. It's the truth. Like, he's got a following. But I don't care. I don't care. I'm not a fan of his. I didn't know who he was before he came into boxing. I don't care. Right? But my point is, he's declining because no one is showing him the fundamentals. Right? As I said with the video I posted, people trying to give me stick in it, but he's like this. Stiff as an elephant. No, he's athletic, he's strong, he's powerful, but there's no fluidity, there's no any type of real ability. It's just that. That is the only thing that gets him out of trouble. Because if you look at the last three fights, Woodley 2, Anderson Silva and Tommy Fury, he didn't perform well. Now, I know the Woodley got the knockout, but it was a horrendous performance. Go and watch the fight back. Tommy Fury looked like Muhammad Ali. Tommy Fury's a basic level pro who wouldn't win an English title. To be honest with you, that's the fact. He wouldn't win an English title, and he made him miss all night. People go, he got dropped with a jab. I think the jab, it was a slip and a connection. But so what? Don't mean anything. That's though Jake Paul's won the fight because he hit him with a fucking jab. Tommy Fury looked like Muhammad Ali. Anderson Silva, 49. Now, okay, it's still a decent one. I'll give him credit for even getting in there, but it's 49. For God's sake, 48 or 49. What is it? The problem is when you're boxing retired MMA fighters who aren't known for the striking, who are known for the ground game, you can get away with your mistakes. When you fall into your shots, which he does, he stands there, right? He'll try and bounce on his toes, trying to attempt to copy Conor McGregor for a few seconds. It don't work because he's big and stiff, and he'll feint. That's all he's got. Feint to the body. Feint to the body. That's all he's got. Feint to the body and that overhand right? Now, against the MMA fighters, he can get away with it because he can fall into the shot, miss it. He might land it, and he's all over the place, or he might miss it. He might hit the glove. But when his body's all off balance, nothing happens. The counter's not coming back. When you're fighting a basic level pro like Tommy Fury, you can see that coming a mile away. The right hand, you can see it coming. I've got videos highlighting it. It's just, and Tommy Fury's just moving out of the way. And guess what? He's coming back with the counters. And he got battered. Jake Paul, he got hammered in that fight. He didn't get stopped. He got beat up. It was embarrassing. People think that was a close fight. It was. Tommy Fury looked like Muhammad Ali, for God's sake, a basic level pro. So you're telling me this guy's going to be a world champion? Is that what you're telling me? So He's declining, right? And the reason he's gone to Nate Diaz is because he knows it. He's not stupid. That's the thing with Jake Paul. He's far from stupid. He is an extremely intelligent bloke. You don't have the success he has if you're stupid. He knows what content to put out. He knows what level he's at. And he knows his naive fans will believe him. So he can say whatever and they'll go, yes, Jay, yes, Jay, yes, Jay, yes, Jay, because they believe it. And that's up to them. That's their prerogative, right? But he's picked Nate Diaz because he knows Tommy Fury fight didn't go well. He's not on that level. He maybe thought he was better than what he is, right? But it got proved what this guy is, which is all nonsense, all talk. Now, yes, I give him respect from coming from YouTube and competing with MMA fighters. I've always said that, but that's gone out the window now. I'm not going to keep giving him respect for that. I have, right? You're talking world championships and all this, so now I'm going to come at you and I'm going to call it out, right? So he's just declining and declining. Why is he not with a real trainer? Why is he not training properly? He doesn't need the money. He could have 8 professional fights against journeymen and build his experience up. Let him get used to fighting boxers who have the mechanics. Even if they're not very good boxers, they still have the body mechanics of boxers. Right? And if he makes a mistake, he'll get counted. Nate Diaz, God bless him. I love Nate Diaz, right? But if Paul hits him with the right hand, he's not going to come back with a counter, is he? Right? He's not. So he'll get away with it because Paul can fall in and he knows happy days he ain't going to get counted, which is why he's picked a smaller man. Why has he gone from fighting a boxer to an MMA fighter? Why? Because it's all money. And this was a longer promotion. He thought Diaz would really sell himself in the promotion. And I take my hat off to Diaz because I respect him for not playing along with it. You could see in the face-to-face, you've got this Disney kid who's been handed everything, trying to talk to a guy who's earned his stripes in the game, a real fighter. And you could just see Diaz is looking at him like, mate, Diaz has been involved with Conor McGregor fights. Do you think he cares about some bloke who's not a particularly good boxer? My prediction. Right. Do I think Jake Paul will win this fight? Probably. Do I think he can knock Nate Diaz out? Yes. Do I think Nate Diaz could stop Jake? Absolutely. Right. Jake Paul will bank on the right hand. That's what he'll do. He ain't got a left hand. His left hand is garbage. Garbage. You don't throw it correct. Don't throw the hooks correctly. Garbage. Doesn't go to the body. Doesn't tap and go to the body. Has no basic ability. Just strong and powerful. That's it. That's it. Like, that's what you're going to get. So we'll go for the overhand, right? If he lands it, he'll knock Diaz out. Of course he will. Right? But if it gets past 6 rounds, you've got to remember, Jake, as much as Nate isn't a boxer, he has had experience. He used to sparring with Andre Ward back in the day. You know, he might not look effective, but the punches will have a big impact if you're tired. The slashing razor-type punches, right? And they'll overwhelm you. If you're tired and you can't defend Paul. He can't fight off the ropes. He's got no ability to defend. Don't slip, don't move, doesn't shoulder roll, doesn't block, doesn't parry punches a lot, just stands on like that. And then throws the right hand, Fred Flintstone right hand. Like that's it. That's what you're getting with this bloke, right? So if it goes past 4 or 5 rounds, I think he can be in trouble. And if Nate's trained and he's got the gas tank, he could absolutely stop Jake late on. He can do, right? But clearly I'm not stupid, right? Obviously, Jake Paul has picked Nate Diaz, right? So he can knock him out and all these little fanboys can go, wow, look how good you are, Jake. Wow, you're amazing. Wow. And they'll be talking world championships again. And just think about it. If you're so serious about fighting Tommy Fury in the rematch, and it's not just money, right? And you're not conning people, why would you fight Nate Diaz? What preparation is that to fight Tommy Fury? What? Is he a tall, is he a really tall, long-armed boxer? No. He's a smaller MMA fighter who's known for his ground game. Now, I know Diaz is tough and he's got decent hands, right? But to box with Nate Diaz isn't going to prepare you for Tommy Fury, is it? It's just so he can knock him out and he can look good and everyone will give him the high fives and the circus rolls on. That's why he won't box boxers regularly. The moment he did, he got found out, right? And that's the problem. So I think Jake Paul will probably win, right? It wouldn't surprise me if it was stopped on cuts. if because Nate's there's so much scar tissue, and Jake's a very dirty, scrappy fighter. He'll go in with the right hand, and he'll put his head in, he'll put his elbows in, and he'll look to cut Nate. So I think it could be stopped on cuts in the second half of the fight. But it wouldn't surprise me if Nate won, and I'd probably expect Jake Paul to win, but I don't care. Doesn't impress me. Doesn't impress me beating legends like Nate does. It doesn't. Go and fight someone in the prime. Go and fight an MMA fighter in the prime who's known for the striking. Go on, go and do that. Go and fight a boxer again. You won't do that, will you? So it is what it is. It's just another money grab, con job, whatever it is, circus. And I'll be completely honest, if I didn't have a media outlet, I wouldn't even be watching it. I'm bored of it. I'm bored of it now. It's become boring. Just go and find KSI, mate. I'll watch that. I'm telling you, I'll watch that. No problem. That's what you are. You're a crossover boxer, a YouTuber. You're not a professional boxer. You never will be. Go and find pro boxers regularly, like they all have to. Go and earn your stripes in the sport. You might get a bit of respect. Other than that, you don't get any respect for beating people who aren't boxers. You'll never get that respect, mate. It is what it is. Let me know what you think. Who's going to win? Jake Paul, Nate Diaz? Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know.